Welcome back to Vino Verb's continuing series, Better Known AVA. The last time we met, I suggested that I would be examining the Western Connecticut Highlands in this episode. It turns out I forgot to look at my calendar because the weekend of April 1st, I'll be in St. Louis attending the DrinkLocalWine.com conference. I've wanted to go to this conference the last couple of years, but timing kept working against me, so I'm really looking forward to meeting up with folks like myself who believe in the merits of drinking local wine. And that means I'm going to focus on the Missouri AVAs in order to be ready for the conference. Wine in Missouri? Well, there's been wine in Missouri since Europeans settled there. With a mostly French population prior to 1800, it isn't too surprising. Records from early explorers show that early French pioneers in the state were making wine as early as 1750. So where should I start? How about with the AVA that started it all, Augusta? Located in and around the town of Augusta, Missouri, the AVA was the first established in the U.S. in 1980, 8 months before Napa Valley's designation. The appellation is located about an hour outside of St. Louis in St. Charles County. It's 15 square miles surrounding the town and on the northern bank of the Missouri River. The town of Augusta was originally settled by Leonard Harold, a follower of Daniel Boone, in 1836. The town's river landing was called Augusta Bend, after Harold's wife. It's with the arrival of German immigrants in the 1840s from the Gessen Immigration Society that we can confirm viticulture's beginning in the appellation. The society encouraged large numbers of German settlers to create a utopian community, which would be a German Athens of the West. Georg and Frederick Munch from this organization moved to Augusta, then called Mount Pleasant, and founded the Mount Pleasant Winery in 1859. Prior to its closing due to Prohibition, the Mount Pleasant Winery was the second largest in the world. The winery was one of the first to reopen after Prohibition, although not until 1966. The influence of German winemakers was so significant that Missouri State Highway 94 between Defiance and Marthasville is referred to as the Missouri Weinstraße, and the concentration of German communities and wineries on both sides of the Missouri to nearly Jefferson City has led to the area being referred to as the Missouri Rhineland. So what makes the Augusta AVA unique? Well, deep, rich alluvial soils combined with the drainage afforded to the region from limestone bluffs. Historically, the river bottoms were the location of the original vineyards, but the bluffs have become the preferred growing places. The varietals grown in Augusta are an assortment of vinifera, hybrids, and native grapes. The most significant of these is the Norton. Developed during the colonial period by gentleman farmer Dr. Daniel Norton, the grape is believed to be a combination of Vitis aestivalis, Vitis labrusca, and Vitis vinifera. Its ability to tolerate colder winters and wetter climates made it popular in the mid-Atlantic states and in the Midwest. As a result, it's the state grape of Missouri and the cornerstone of the state's wine industry. Often wines produced with Norton will be labeled as Cynthiana, which is a nearly identical cultivar of Norton. Currently, there are 5 wineries in the AVA and 9,600 acres available. Besides Norton, varietals in the area include Cabernet Sauvignon, Chambourcin, Chardonnay, Chardonnay, Coudert Noir, Rayon d'Or, Sèvres Blanc, St. Vincent, Vito Blanc, and Vignoles. If you're visiting Augusta, you might want to visit one of the many Daniel Boone sites. It turns out that the famous explorer spent the last 20 years of his life in nearby Femme Osage. Besides his home, which is associated with Lindenwood University, there are numerous smaller sites associated with Boone. And although Kentucky claims to have his remains buried in their state, archaeological evidence suggests he never left Missouri. Located along the Missouri River also means that the region has plenty of Lewis and Clark-related sites, including the village of La Charette, which was located on the northern bank of the Missouri at its intersection with Charette Creek. The village was washed away in a flood in the 1840s, but it's been recreated on the southern bank of the river in Washington, Missouri. The village was the westernmost European settlement along the Missouri at the time of Lewis and Clark. If you're interested in burning off some of the calories that you took in at one of the wineries, you might want to hike or bike along the Katy Trail. located along the Weinstrasse in a railroad trestle for the Missouri, Kansas, and Texas Railroad, which was abandoned in the 1870s. In fact, the trail might be a fun way to visit the wineries, although it would be a steep ride up the bluffs in some of those places. A couple of years ago, I had the pleasure to visit the Augusta AVA and stopped at the Augusta Winery, and I'm looking forward to visiting the other wineries during my time at the DrinkLocalWine.com conference. I suspect I'll enjoy the trip more, as I'm not going to be rushed with the need to return my teenage daughter to her volleyball tournament, although I was impressed that she did indulge me by accompanying me on my adventure. But Lewis and Clark and Daniel Boone excursions would have been pushing my luck. I hope you've enjoyed this video cast of Vino Verve's Better Known AVA. Join us next time as we explore Missouri's Herman AVA. In the meantime, remember to explore the wine all around you.